So let me ask you a question.
Sure.
If somebody breaks the law, should they be held accountable to the fullest extent of the law?
Well, I think if an illegal immigrant comes over here and they break the law and kill an American citizen, they should be deported.
Do you agree that there are people who should be able to enter this country based on merit who are unable to enter it today?
Yeah, because of our policies. Yeah.
And so is it fair that somebody who entered this country illegally is now somehow being rewarded with the benefits of this country when people who tried to follow the law are the ones penalized? Is that humane?
They're not getting illegal immigrants can't get Medicare.
Illegal immigrants are absolutely getting government assistance.
No, they're not.
They're getting
just
massive.
Not.
So
Here's a video of it.
illegal immigrants are staying.
What?
Here's videos of
There's
Coming over the border?
so
What's up, amazing people of YouTube? Hope you guys are feeling good. My name is Elario, your host, and today I'm back with another super amazing video and check out with you guys. This is called There Are No Excuses for Breaking the Law, Kid. Do you think so? Well, I think so. But let's check this video out and see what brought this comment.
Hello.
good to see you, man.
I think that mass deportation of 25 million immigrants is inhumane. And I would like to ask you how you would do that and go about that. Or
Yes.
if you even agree with that.
So I do agree with the mass deportation of anybody who's in
Yes.
this country illegally, obviously. You got to draw the distinction between illegal and legal immigration. So here's the thing, and I say this as the kid of legal immigrants to this country. Your first act of entering this country cannot break the law. And if you're a lawbreaker, you need to be held accountable to the fullest extent of
Can I
the
say
law
something?
when
I
it
don't
comes to
wanna-
illegal immigration. Go ahead.
I don't want to interrupt you. Thank you. I think that our legal immigration process takes way too long, and it motivates people to come here illegally. It takes, on average, about 10 years.
If we don't
to
like the
come
law,
here.
so I'm not gonna push you. There's a lot that's broken with our legal immigration system in all directions.
Sure.
That is not an excuse for breaking the law to enter this country. Okay, I'll tell you what's inhumane. Fentanyl pouring across our southern border, killing the kids of including the
Can I
young
say
mother who
something?
actually asked that question earlier.
Oh my God, I'm
Seal
so
that southern
sorry for
border.
her loss. Obviously, I'm not in
And it's a
support
consequence
fentanyl.
of the border policies.
No, can I tell you something?
Do you agree with that?
No, it's
You
not.
don't agree it's a consequence
Because
of the border
about-
policies?
No, I don't believe that. Can I tell you why?
Why?
Because about 88% of the fentanyl that is coming in through the Mexican border is from legal immigrants or legal American citizens, and that's a
By the
fact. You can
cartels
look
that
it
have
up.
left it open.
No, that's not cartels.
It's cartel. It absolutely is.
Look it
it's
up.
a network. It's synthetic fentanyl. It's not even actual like original fentanyl. It's synthetic fentanyl made by Mexican drug cartels transported by our transported across the Rio
Well,
Grande.
whatever it is, I urge everyone to look it up right now. 80% of the fentanyl coming over the Mexican border is from legal American citizens.
So let's just talk about the 20%. That's still enough to kill 20,000 Americans
Obviously,
every year.
I don't agree with. Again, I'm not trying to say I'm in support of anyone dying. I'm not saying that.
So let me ask you a question.
Sure.
If somebody breaks the law, should they be held accountable to the fullest extent of the law?
Well, I think if an illegal immigrant comes over here and they break the law and kill an American citizen, they should be deported.
Do you agree that there are people who should be able to enter this country based on merit who are unable to enter it today?
Yeah, because of our policies. Yeah.
And so is it fair that somebody who entered this country illegally is now somehow being rewarded with the benefits of this country when people who tried to follow the law are the ones penalized? Is that humane?
They're not getting illegal immigrants can't get Medicare.
Illegal immigrants are absolutely getting government assistance.
No, they're not.
They're getting
just
massive.
Not.
So
Here's a video of it.
illegal immigrants are staying.
What?
Here's videos of
There's
Coming over the border?
so I'll tell you right now. I got my first job. I got my first job in New York City in 2007. It was
Sure.
in the eve of the 08 crisis. When my parents would come to town, there would be hotels that we could not afford to have my own family stay in to visit me as a natural-born citizen of this country that are now being used to house illegal immigrants in the city of New York. There's government aid left and right. I went to the south side of Chicago, traditionally a left-leaning region, where they are actually being displaced from South Shore High School because they're using that as a source for housing illegals, giving away sneakers and baby formula that many people in that community couldn't access last year. So are illegal immigrants benefiting from the United States welfare state and government assistance? Absolutely they are. And I don't think that that's humane to the Americans who live here. I don't think it's humane to immigrants who are unable to lie. You don't know. I want to say this about immigration. We got two questions.
Can I say one?
No, I just want to make one point because it's a fact. The number one human attribute that our current immigration system rewards is not your ability to work hard. It's not your intelligence. It's not your love of this country. It's not whether you can speak English. The number one human attribute that our current immigration system rewards is your willingness to lie to the U.S. government. If you lie, you get in. If you don't lie, if you say that, okay, well, I can't in good conscience tell you that I'm facing persecution to check the box of asylum. If you're an honest person, you're not rewarded. If you're a dishonest person, you are rewarded. So it is no accident that people whose first act of entering this country breaks the law and they lie while doing it tend to continue to commit more crimes while they're already here, which is happening.
I don't think those people should even be in a place to lie, because we have sanctions on Venezuela, and a lot of Venezuelans are going through hardship and they want to come here. And that's
It's not our job to take them. It's not our job to take them.
But we have sanctions on them. It's a direct result of our policy towards Venezuela.
Well, Venezuela's actually had effectively sanctions on the United States of America in the way they've actually treated us and deported their criminals to the U.S. without really being
Is there any
paid a
evidence
price
of that, the criminals coming over?
Absolutely.
But
Venezuelan criminals come to the United
fact?
States over the last 4 years, tens of thousands. Yeah.
Can I tell you a fact? An illegal immigrant is 60% less likely to commit a crime than a natural-born citizen, and that's a fact. If you look it up,
it's by definition.
I can look it up right now. I can look it up.
It's by definition untrue because the first act of entering this country was a crime. It broke the law right out of the first place. So 100% of illegal immigrants committed a crime.
I don't think those people should even be in a place to commit a crime because of our inhumane immigration policies.
So what would be your alternative for how you deal with somebody who enters the country illegally, breaks the law while they're here?
We need obviously.
What should you actually do?
I would just like to say I'm not advocating for an open border. We need. No, I'm not.
So what do you want to do for somebody who entered this country illegally, is breaking the law while they're here? What should they do?
I think if you're working, which a lot of them are, we've 8 million illegal immigrants in the job force right now, and they are hardworking people. They are that's why I think we should make them legal. If they're working, it will drive up wages for everyone.
Here's why I'm opposed to making them legal. You then have rewarded the incentives for the kind of thing that we don't want to see more of in this country. So here's my view.
Well,
if you want to follow the rules and do it the right way, we respect you. Sure. If not, we will return you to your country of origin, not because you're all bad people, but because you broke the law. And the United States of America is founded on the rule of law. That's where I land on it. And I think it's going to save our country for the long run. That's where I believe.
I just think we should invite hardworking individuals to. If you get a job, you
I don't understand this guy's argument.
Right?
I think you also need to speak the language, and you also need to be able to play
told to wrap it up.
I really don't understand his argument here.
I appreciate you coming.
First off, number one red flag was actually breaking the law and coming into the country illegally. Most Americans don't want that. And if we do follow this guy's perspective of giving them legal citizenship because they happen to get a job and are working, then almost everyone is going to do that kind of thing. And then even if they don't want a job, they're just going to get a job to give them that citizenship. And in the long run, they can cause a lot of damage. Now, the law says if you enter the country illegally, then you should be deported. I mean, knowing this fully well, why would you still take that risk? It's possible that, or it's actually true that a lot of these immigrants are not bad people. But then you won't know who is who. You can't discern for a fact that this person is bad or this person is good. And it's still there in your country and probably making a mess of it before you can actually pick out the bad eggs amongst them. And in this guy's case, his entire problem is the length of the immigration system. It's too long, and if they make it easy, the inflow of people into that country will be more than you can handle. I mean, forget the fact that America is a well-to-do country. Right now, due to the inflow, as we have seen, their economy is skyrocketing. Prices of things are inflated. They are actually suffering it. So, if their immigration system is made as flexible as this guy wants, imagine what could happen in the long run for 20 years. 20 years is even a long time. Because everyone, who doesn't want a better life? Now, just as Mr. Vivek said, when the students raised the issue of the Venezuelans, they are not obligated to help any of the third world countries. They do it because they want to. And it shouldn't seem like they have to. It's not their obligation to take them in, especially. you can send aid to them in that country. They should use it there. And of course, they always come with the argument that the government is not helping these illegal immigrants. But Mr. Vivek just gave an example of a high school that is being evacuated and used as an immigrant refugee kind of thing, if I'm to put it that way. Now, Mr. Vivek did mention that when his parents came in, there were certain hotels they couldn't afford to see him. And he was a natural born citizen. These same hotels or these same institutions are now used as facilities to help these immigrants. Now, there was another point the student put forth, but it was really debunked by students in the crowd, even showing him visual proof of that particular thing. Now, the thing is, truth be told, most of these people, we feel a certain compassion towards them. But for the fact that you have broken the law, just as Mr. Vivek said, we're not deporting you because you're a bad person. We're deporting you because you broke the law. The very first act you did to come to this country was to come to the country illegally, and that was wrong. No much talk there. Let the full weight of the law be upon its offenders. Or would you say because a man stole something because he was hungry, you then pardon him? No, I've not seen it happen anywhere. It's the same thing that should apply here. Once there's a particular punishment attached to this particular crime, then it should be carried out fully. Because you were well aware of what you were doing, and you were also well aware of the consequences of your actions, yet you decided to pull through with them. So you should face the music when it plays. Guys, please tell us what you guys in the comment section, and please remember to leave a thumbs up at the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching, and stay safe.